Hi, good afternoon. It's pineapple and papaya. So what does that mash give you? Pine-A-Paya. Pine-A-Paya. That's what is happening today. So I've never tried this before. It seems to be a trend going on, right? But that's the whole idea. So trying this for the first time, pineapple and papaya. Yeah. So if you're here, please come say hi. So I know you have joined the live stream. Otherwise, there is no way for me to know if you joined the stream or not. But first things first, we sharpen the blade. That's what will make life easier, better, more fun. Why go through the grind? This brain is so sharp. But what does it mean to be a sharp now? What does it mean to have a sharp brain? ये सोचो sharp मतलब क्या? What do you mean by sharp? Fast. Sharp तो चलो ठीक है फिर भी it's understood. It'll cut. That's what it means to have a fast means what? Sharp तो ठीक है. Fast का क्या meaning है? सोचो. If you're here, please come say hi. So I can see you and I can chat with you and ask you questions. You can ask me questions. I got some basil from the rooftop, some mint, basil and chili. ये standard हो गया आजकल रोज का. Every salad, winters is actually the best time. You get the best harvest all during winters. Well, please try aquaponics if you've not. By the way, this papita has been homegrown. One of my neighbors has gifted this to us. So I am expecting it to be sweet and nice and juicy. But cleaning a papita is a little bit of work. So you can look away if you want to. It's a, oh wow, the colors looks nice. Will it have seed? Will it not have seed? Will it have seed? No seed. Seed or no seed? Come on, take a quiz. 1, 2. Oops. It doesn't have any seeds. How does that work? Have you ever thought about this? A seedless papita. Hold on, let me just get to the live stream. If you're here, please come say hi so I know you've joined in. Otherwise, I don't come to know. Today is Pine-A-Paya. Pineapple, that's this fellow, with a seedless papaya. But it's very beautiful. This was grown at home. This is a homegrown produce. You can make out it looks good and smells nice, very nice. This will be sweet. Okay, so let's get to it. If you've just joined in, say hi so I know you've joined in. Otherwise, there is no way for me to know that did you catch the sharpening of the blade? Oh, I need to keep the papita in a bowl, right? I forgot to get the salad bowl. Today's papita, mint, basil, chili, kiwi, one surprise controversial fruit. All of this is part of the salad today. We are doing a big salad. Today's bada salad. Have you heard of this thing called bada khana? Have you heard of this idea called bada khana? Have you heard of the word anywhere? Bada khana. Yeah, it is a word that is used in the forge services. Bada khana. Okay, wait. I think I should go easy on the papita. Let me see how it is tasting. Very nice. Very good. It's fresh, it's cold. What's not to like about it, yeah? That's the thing with salads. You can really कुछ भी कर सकते हो आप. मैं हिंदी में बात कर लूँ. मुझे लगता है I mean, if Brian shows up, then of course I'll switch. But otherwise मैं हिंदी में ही बात करता हूँ. I don't know if any one of you is. Are you अंग्रेजी speaking? Man, this is so good. ये घर का पपीता, मेरे घर का नहीं. Our neighbor gifted. Amazing. When I was growing up, I never liked this fruit. I used to think this fruit is a redundant, useless fruit. But now that I am still a kid, I have realized that it's got a lot of nutrition. In fact, I think This will come after mango. There was a sadhu here apparently called Sadhu Vaswani, where I stay in the city in Pune. He apparently lived on papita for a very long time. This fruit, it's called pawpaw in Africa, and it is a gorgeous fruit. I'm telling you, cold pawpaw. And today I'm going to add some pineapple to it for sourness. I'm adding some kiwi. आज का सैलेड एकदम ट्रिक ये है बच्चों को मजा आना चाहिए. If you have made something which a child can enjoy without sugar, okay, that doesn't count. I mean, cakes they all love, but that's sugar. But without sugar, if you can make something which the child will eat happily, you struck gold. Okay, let's get to this papita quickly. I'll process this papita. बीज ही नहीं है इसमें. Imagine this. No seeds. And this is cold. Once it goes into the freezer, it'll become nice and chilled, little crystallized. That makes the papita taste very nice. By the way, today is Kaiban making day. So if you don't know what Kaiban is, please come for the 1:30 live stream and see how I make this product. If you have not started eating it, please eat. If you're forgetting it, please don't forget. This is good quality food, good nutrition. Whatever you're hearing on the internet, on the web is not true. This is a plant-based product. It has no side effects. Yeah, you have to be careful because the people who are making it, they have to pay attention while they're making it. They can't be scrolling through a magazine. Wow, lovely papita. That's the rule with all food. आप खाना बना रहे हो तो you have to pay attention to आप खाना कैसे बना रहे हो. नमक की जगह चीनी नहीं डालते हैं. See, that is what software has done. Software as a business, as an industry, it hides its founders. The people who work in that software company remain hidden. So in some, I've got stories, shocking stories to tell you about companies like Shiprocket. I openly say this. Thieves, all of them. They're trying to steal, but well, they can't. They're doing wrong things. Plain, outright wrong things. And that's the part which I feel sad about, because in India, we are not foolish people. We just don't, we'd rather walk away. We don't like conflict. We are peace-loving people. You would have noticed this, right? Yeah, we don't like to get involved with argument. Well, maybe on the roads once in a while. No, I'm joking. I'm just saying we don't like to get involved with arguments and fight, and we are generally peace-loving people. But that habit of ours is being taken for granted. I mean, pharmaceutical guys had a ball of a time. They went around giving us medicines. There are so many people who are eating Kaiben and they will vouch for this. You please reach out to me. I'll connect you to those individuals. I don't want to be publicly telling everybody that they're eating this product because it's unfortunate, but it is ganja oil. The funny thing is that it has no intoxicating elements in it. So if you're hoping to have a recreational trip with this, I'm sorry to disappoint you, that's not going to happen. Yeah, you'll have a great sleep though. That's because of the tryptophan in it. If you have a great sleep, it's better than all the intoxicants out there. You know this already. I don't have to tell you this. How do you get good sleep? This you might want to hear. You can't get good sleep by eating medicines. Nothing. You have to eat something, yes, but you have to eat what is needed. What is needed? Your brain will tell you. How does your brain know? How does your brain know? That is the neurals, that's the job of neural signaling. It takes into account the entire body, everything that's happening in the body. And that's what happens during good sleep. So you're understanding the challenge. It's like a yin-yang thing. If you don't get good sleep, your accounting will not happen. If your accounting doesn't happen, you don't get good sleep. So how do you get around it? That's an obvious question. What do you do? I'll tell you, wait. Let me first put this into the freezer. If you think about it, if you pause and reflect, last 100 years, less than that, in fact, the last 5-7 years, humanity has changed so much. Everything is changing and it is still changing. The weather, the climate, that's just the start of it. I think humans are changing. You can deny it. There's a theory. It's called the transgressional theory of change. It's a idea, and in that idea, they say that stage one is denial, which is correctly the stage where most of us are stuck. I was also stuck there. Is the denial stage where we refuse to believe that there could be something wrong. That is the part which is the wrong part. There is something wrong. What is wrong is this, that we have lost touch with nature, with our mother. We are the source, we are the beings of light. It's that feeling, that's what science continuously keeps telling us, don't have feelings. That's not true. If you don't have feelings, then what really do you have, man? Humans, feelings is what makes us human. The point is, how do you register these feelings? See, you look at a child, little baby infant. You play some good bouncy music for that kid. The kid will start down bouncing. This is a very unique thing that happens to humans. We vibe. We sense each other. Vibe is what? Vibration. So the idea of being in touch with our natural self, that is the part that has gone. Which animal eats medicines? Have you seen any animal that voluntarily goes to a clinic and says, listen, I will pay you money, you put some drugs in my body, some experimental drugs, which have actually not been proven, just because somebody has told me and I've actually heard your name, that you have a great hospital. I don't know, I'm meeting you for the first time. Are you following my chain of thought? So it's an unfortunate, that's where trust goes away. We used to trust people who would wear a lab coat. It's called enclothed cognition. Science has a word for everything. Enclothed cognition. Go look it up if you don't believe me. It basically means that the clothes that you wear, no, wait, it's not that what you're thinking. The clothes that you wear decide how you think about your job. Yes, the clothes are not for the viewers, it's for your own self. Napoleon used to insist, you are not the only one, all military leaders used to insist and still do. Kiwi is also very good. Excellent fruit, kiwi. Enclosed cognition is the one of the signs with which you can so quickly figure out. That's why we humans get the guy who's wearing a lab coat. It happens to religious leaders. It's not just for doctors. The idea is to, I mean, one would say maybe a rock star. Well, so how does it work for somebody who's not wearing clothes? Such deep questions. The question is, why are they wearing clothes? All animals don't wear clothes. Which animals wear clothes? In Sparta, this concept of shame was taught by mothers. Women used to carry the burden of teaching everybody what is shame. And then came along some great men, I would say, who changed everything. Listen, I'm not the one who set it up. There was nothing called a blouse. Do you know this? The sari didn't have a blouse. Maybe you can go back. Sure. Some would say good times. The idea of, if you want to hear something else, I'll tell you something very interesting. In Travancore, that's the state of Kerala, there was a tax that was applied to you. Lower caste women had to pay a tax. If they can't pay a tax, they have to bare their breasts. I'm not making this up. The real story, not story. This was law. I think men were also told. I'm not sure, but I think men were. I mean, I don't even know how that works. But that's the true thing. So they actually found four Nadar women. They were basically from a tribe called Nadar. They were hanging from a tree. And this is 1970s, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, not too far ago. And when they investigated, they realized that they had not paid tax and they were not showing their breasts. So the men of this community, they hung them by their necks. So I think there was a big hue and cry about it, and if I'm not wrong, I think Supreme Court got involved, and now this practice has been banned officially. But there's nothing that you can ban. These are cultural things. God knows where they come from. In all religions have it. In Christianity also, there's something like this everywhere. It's unfortunate, but that's how it is. Humans are a strange animal. Something is strange about us. We defy the laws of all animals who live on this planet. The biggest I feel, I've maintained this right from the start, we don't seem to be bothered that Earth is taking a beating. Yeah, at some level, there's this. Okay, somebody else will take care of it. There are many people who've kind of given up hope. There is that population also, but it's not like they're trying to do something about it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the animals don't give up. No animal gives up. They'll give up in front of a predator only to be eaten. That also, I don't think so. It happens. I've not seen prey not go out without a fight. But humans are strange. We say the claim is we'll go to Mars if something goes wrong. Achha. Interplanetary beings. Nice name for a song. Nice name for a band. Interplanetary beings. Especially for a band whose music you can't understand. The interplanetary beings. That's why you don't get their music. See, music is such a crazy thing, right? Just 7 frequencies, that's all. There are just 7 frequencies. Everything is a derivative of these 7. You can go ask people if you don't believe me. Music is one of those things that I have deep dived into. I have enjoyed studying, learning, playing. Music is a fascinating. Wait. Before we get carried away, let me just make sure that I have put everything that I need from a fruit point of view. So this is going to be a little sari, as in थोड़ा खट्टा खट्टा होगा ये, because pineapple भी है और kiwi भी है. They both are on the sari side. There was this large fellow sitting niche, fish, big fish, papaya fish. Right, this is okay. This is looking good, and I think I will send this into the freezer now to nicely freeze. Freeze. Amma Baker. Man, the papita is so good. I can just eat it like this only. Very nice. Okay, let's get to the vinaigrettes. Vinaigrettes. So you know what we'll start with? I'm going to start with the cayenne butter. Butter. This is cayenne butter. This is what is a residue. Today I'm making. Please come and see how it is made. Yeah, you will. It's a fantastic piece of it. It's made on Tuesdays and Fridays, freshly cold pressed in my own home. It's a ratio of hemp seed and flaxseed. That's the proprietary ratio. It is. They are both are married together, and then they are pressed through a machine that will squash it and take out the oil out of it. Now this oil has some phenomenal material in it. Okay, and one of them is this ratio of omegas. It's not just the omegas, it's also the ratio, and it's just amazing. No, there is no psychotropic material. That's the unfortunate part. The seeds don't carry any psychotropic material. They don't need to. That's not how the psychotropic material is in the plant. Oh, this will help you. See, I'll tell you how it happens. So the plant doesn't grow the psychotropic material. They arrive as pollen on top of these glandomes. They have depressions. If you look at the microscope level, they're depressions. They're like, how do I put it? They're like cups. And in their cups, they come and collect these white powder pollen like material collects, which is what? Those are the psychotropic materials. You would have heard of them. THC, CBD, CBN, delta CBN. There are many of them. The pharmaceutical industry takes into account something like about 130 of them. But for the world, they're well over 500. Yeah, every year somebody comes up with new, at least 3, 4 new. The problem is that these are all, see, you have to understand, nobody's doing this because they want to help humanity. They're doing it because they want to make money. So they are all hoping to get a gig with one of these pharmaceutical companies who'll say, listen, we'll hire you, give us this plant strain of yours. The point is that you have not really grown this plant. It's called a cultivar. It is a way of, it's actually the farmer who understands what is happening, how it is to be grown, and how to get the maximum yield from that plant regarding this. And no matter which farmer tells you what he tells you or she tells you, they are not in control. At best, they can just make sure that they keep the situation and the conditions as much close to as possible for the plant's happiness. This is some oregano, but you can't tell the plant to do what you want them to do. She's the mother, not you. Some salt. Acha, we are using lots of fruits, okay? So we will add black salt. With fruits, black salt. It's already quite sorry, so I'm just going to add a little bit of vinegar. This is not vinegar actually, this is apple cider. Your tongue can make a mistake and assume that they both are same. And this is the sugar component. This is kakvi. This will augment the sugariness and some pepper. That's it. That is all that goes into this vinaigrette. The base is cayenne oil. Cool. And I will pour this on top of that cut salads. I got fresh basil inside it. I've not put mint because I'll just try if basil and mint together do they taste nice. They don't always taste nice. Oh, I've not added one thing. Tell me what I've not added. It's one of the best. You could buy a slave with this. What is it? It's called Shringnamir. What am I talking about? I am talking about ginger. Ginger. Yes, ginger is the must. Without ginger, how can you? I can hide. I have to pay attention, okay? Because otherwise, I will slice my finger also with it. What ginger does is it will add a little bit of spiciness to it. It burns the tongue a little bit, the back of the tongue, the palate, and it creates this wonderful zing that goes very well with the pineapple. I'll highly encourage, if you have not tried it yet, please go ahead and make some of the salads that I'm making. The yesterday one was an encore, man. Twice, second time I made it. Because it genuinely was that good. Yeah, I mean, of course, you need to get the freshest ingredients to get the best flavors, that I can tell you. Actually, it's not just the freshness, you know. The flavonoids that the plants give is not because just because they are fresh. It's a lot to do with how happy they are. They're communicating with the farmer because they don't need to put flavor in their food. Nothing will happen. Their lives will carry on. But yeah, when we will go out there to buy goody fruits and we will be so hurt because we will get some crap. We would have paid top dollar for crap tasting food that's not on the plant. Because for the plant to give flavor, you just, there is no science. They've done science for size, they've done science for grams, they have done science for everything. Flavor. Because that's perception, that's individual. That they can't change. And I have been telling this to everybody since the day I started doing aquaponics. You need to come and try the produce that is grown in aquaponics. Something about that flavor is different. It's so enhanced, it's so elevated. The mint, all the leaves, really large, dark green, intense flavor. This much of mint will make 2 or 3 drinks, maybe more. It is so strong. It's not bad, as in it's good. But this is all because of the ammonia. I'm sensing it because when I write my book, then you can check it up. for now. It's just speculation. But I think it has to do with the nitrogen. That's what makes this possible for the plants. It's a big bowl of salad, I must say. I was not prepared to take on such a big helping. In my mind, it's okay. Salads can be eaten for through the day. And it stays in the fridge. Take out a bowl and just start eating it. Usually they don't stay that long. But during the live stream, I can sit with you and eat. If you're joining in. 1:30, I'll start. I'll be wrapping up by 2 o'clock latest. I have work to do, so I will not keep this live stream on too long. But look at this. Looks good, no? Let me try it. Let me take a swig of it. Amazing. That's the fresh basil and the fresh papaya. That's homegrown papaya. Amazing flavors. The pineapple is a little sour. I got a little youngish pineapple. This fellow is not as sweet as I would have wanted it to be, but the salad is good. Very nice. Great. Lovely. Thank you so much for sticking around, checking this out. Try making this. Tell me how it went. And I'll see you again tomorrow with a new effort.